All right, my friends, if you are still here, it means that you want to figure out how to set up HTTPS support on your Kubernetes cluster. Now, the first thing I want to mention to you, and I want to make sure this is really clear, is that in order to set this stuff up, you are going to have to purchase a domain name, which is about $10 US, although sometimes you can find ones for a little bit cheaper than that. So this is a required step. You have to have a domain name, either one already purchased, or you have to buy one to use with your cluster. Now, the second thing I want to mention is that you and I are going to go through the process of setting up HTTPS, but we're not going to talk very much about TLS or HTTPS or certificates or anything like that. There's a ton of resources out there online already for you to understand exactly what HTTPS is doing for us and the benefit of applying it to any given web application. So with that in mind, let's talk about the overall process of how all this stuff is going to work. All right. So we're going to set up a little bit of interaction between our Kubernetes cluster and a certificate authority called Let's Encrypt. I suspect you've probably heard of Let's Encrypt. If you haven't before, essentially it's a service that allows us to get free certificates. All we have to do is set up a little bit of communication between our Kubernetes cluster and a Let's Encrypt service. So here's the sequence of actions that are going to be going on behind the scenes. You and I are not going to actually see these steps occur. We're going to kind of peripherally see them occur, but essentially what we're going to be doing for setup is creating some infrastructure to allow these steps to happen. But again, you and I aren't going to very directly see these things occur. So the first thing that's going to happen is our Kubernetes cluster is going to issue a request to Let's Encrypt, and it's going to say, hey, I own a domain called multikh.com, and I need a certificate from you, Let's